we return to the vast open space of Starfield once again. Ordinarily, I'd have a long-winded anecdote prepared to settle us in and immerse ourselves in the story that we're about to unravel together, but this one began with a tweet that got sent to me very recently. Apparently, I needed to head to Andromedus 2 and land at the safe house Gamma. I was advised to go prepared, so of course, who am I to not oblige? I quite literally had nothing else to do. So join us today as we attempt to unravel the secrets of Safe House Gamma. To find Safe House Gamma, one must head to the Andromedus system to the planet Andromedus 2. As the name suggests, it's the second planet from the star Andromedus. Safe House Gamma will reliably be located on Andromedus 2, so you don't have to faff around finding the location somewhere entirely different, as can be the case sometimes with some of the more interesting things spawning quite frankly anywhere. So the hardest part about locating the safe house should be finding the star system that it's in, which isn't far from the Cheyenne system, so even that isn't terribly hard to find. Scanning the world reveals it to be marginally lively, yet there are no major human settlements here. All that remains is to land at Safe House Gamma and investigate. This still caused me to land some 400 meters away, but who's bothered by a short trek through the darkness? Fortunately, 400 meters disappears relatively quickly, meaning we can arrive at Safe House Gamma in good time. The power is still on and there's bits and bats all over the place, but it doesn't appear as if there's anybody up here at least. There's no immediate sign of hostile activity out here either, though some of the fauna might disagree. There's nothing really out here of note though, and on the surface level the place appears to be abandoned. That said, heading inside there is an interesting story to be uncovered. Heading into the abandoned outpost, the first thing that we will notice is one hell of a racket. Now, if you're thinking that's not unsettling in the least, then you're made of sterner stuff than most. It's clear there's something making a loud banging noise down here in this safe house, but what could it possibly be? To find out, we'll need to investigate some more. Opening this door, we will be met with a corridor, a long one through which that loud, angry banging noise echoes.
I really don't like walking into deserted locations like this.
So to begin deciphering what's going on here, in one of the rooms we can find a data slate titled Father's Journal. And it reads as follows. We're safe now. No one should be able to find us here. The kids are confused and scared, and they'll have to get over it. At least this way we'll all be okay. We'll hunker down for a few months, maybe a few weeks, and wait for everything to blow over. Everything will be fine. It appears as if a family hid in this bunker for some reason. From who or what is unclear. Nor does it explain the banging noise. This place doesn't feel safe as a result of that. The computer beside the data slate is damaged, so we can't use it to learn what this place is meant for. Were these people meant to be here, or did they simply use this place as a hiding spot? These questions will remain unanswered. Interestingly, before we move on, in this locker we can find some xeno-warfare tech, contraband. Were these highly valuable goods the reason this family appeared to have to hide here, or was this already here? Carrying illegal goods would explain why they might need to hide here in the first place if they weren't here already. But that hardly explains the ominous banging sound that only increases in intensity the further down the corridor we get. At the next set of doors, on one side of the hallway, the door appears to be damaged and the room within collapsed, so we're not getting in there anytime soon. On the other side there is a kitchen area within which I couldn't really find anything of note. I even checked there wasn't a data slate within one of the two refrigerators. All that remains is to mooch down to the next set of doors, at which we can find a dining area, and it's quite clear the family that stayed here had to make this place their home for a considerable amount of time. with lots of doodles, books galore, and all sorts. Next to it we can find the bedroom. There are 4 bunk beds for 4 people, and in here as well we can find the second data slate. It reads simply, "The sound scares them away." In this room you can also find a copy of Solomon's Adventures, so don't skip on that. But the message, "The sound scares them away," is unbelievably ominous. It's clear that though this family was hiding down here, they were down here with something else. And that racket we've been hearing keeps them, whatever they are, at bay. So even though the sound is only getting louder, as it turns out, we're only getting safer. At the next pair of doorways in the bathroom area, we can find a third data slate. This one titled Mother's Journal. And it reads, "I think I'm going crazy. I can hardly sleep with all the racket that damn machine makes, not to mention all the crying the kids are doing. We haven't told them why we have to stay here yet. I get that they're confused and frustrated, but they're better off not knowing. I'm sure all the fighting I've been doing with Ryan has been hard on them too. Hell, this is hard on all of us, but we all just have to get used to it. We've been down here for a month now, and Ryan says we should stay for another one at the very least. If there's a hell, this is it." So the banging noise is caused by a machine, and the noise this machine created is what kept this family safe from something, because it kept them away. Is being pursued by this creature what drove this family into this safe house because of the safety of the banging noise? Or were they smuggling and discovered, forced to flee, choosing Safe House Gamma as a place to lay low where they found themselves in an entirely new mess, it would seem? In the next room we can find some ammunition and a weapon. Nothing too special, but it does feel advisable to take it with us, just in case we encounter what the noise is there to repel anyway. All that remains now is to head to the final room at the end of the corridor, where we're led to believe the sound originates. It's unclear what this fluid is on the ground. The red lighting makes it appear like blood, but I think it's probably just a puddle of water. But let's head into the room anyway. Inside, the first thing that caught me by surprise was the presence of a heat leech. For those who have done the UC Vanguard questline, you probably know what's coming. It isn't a pleasant creature, so definitely kill it, but it appears as if this room is the source of that banging noise. As for this switch we can interact with, one can only assume that this is a means for us to turn it off. Considering the noise keeps them away, maybe it's advisable that we don't do this. But where's the fun in that? Once the switch is flicked, it's unclear that anything has happened apart from the noise now being gone. But at the other end of the corridor near the entrance, there is now a hole where there was once wall, which leads us into a small cavern. In here we can find the creature the noise kept at bay, a pteramorph. A dangerous alien species found throughout the settled systems, regarded as a significant threat to human life. All that remains is to wipe this abomination right out. I mean, running works too, but where's the fun in that? And now that it's dead, you don't need a sound to keep it away. But that leaves us with one question. What happened to the people who took refuge here? Maybe they became the Pteramorph's dinner. After all, there is a big pile of something down here that the game simply refers to as a creature pile. But this cavern was sealed until we arrived and switched off the machine. Perhaps the answer lies above the surface. Leaving the facility reveals there's another Pteramorph within the vicinity, so even if they managed to escape Safe House Gamma, this fella up here was waiting for them. So maybe they did become a Pteramorph's dinner. These creatures are known for wiping out entire colonies, so what's a family of 4? There's no ship around, which might suggest that they did eventually manage to escape, but they also could have ditched that miles away, considering they were hiding with illegal xeno-warfare technology. But it's also entirely possible that they weren't aware it was there to begin with. But I think it's fair to say the fate of the family who hid in Safe House Gamma, though unclear, was likely not a good one. Because in the end of the day, a Pteramorph, never mind 2, is a killing machine. And that concludes this short look at Safe House Gamma, in which we explored a short corridor of cosmic horror and finessed a couple of monstrosities that we know to be Pteramorphs. Thank you all for watching this video. Making it has of course been a massive pleasure, and I do of course hope that you've enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. That would be massively appreciated. And of course, a special thanks to RJ Spinello for sending me a tweet making me aware about this experience to begin with. With any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point, and if you enjoyed this video, there are currently 4 others regarding Starfield that you can find in a playlist on this channel. But until next time, please take care and goodbye.